So what is the easiest way to go about getting your first ever paying client for your social media marketing agency? Look, for me, using this method I'm about to mention in the video, it actually took me 21 days, and I've just had a student actually beat my record. He actually got 2 paying clients for his social media marketing agency within just 3 weeks of actually implementing this strategy. It's really, really easy, by the way, and I'm actually going to jump straight into what I believe personally is the easiest way to go about getting your first ever paying social media marketing client. So without any further ado, let's jump straight into the video. So guys, welcome back to the channel. Montel Gordon here. Hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe. If you're new around here, please drop a like, comment and subscribe, and make sure you turn on that little notification bell. If you do so, that will help me dearly, and I'll be forever grateful for that, because it pushes my channel out and helps with the algorithm and all that, and helping me spread my word of positivity and starting a business, because I believe that there's a better way than just the 9-to-5 fucking route to go about generating wealth and creating a lifestyle that you actually want. Also guys, if you're new around here, please make sure you follow me on Instagram and drop me a DM if you have any questions regarding anything I mentioned regarding SMMA. So guys, let's jump straight into this video. So what I want to do in this video is kind of break down the easiest way I believe it is to basically you can actually implement to go about getting your first ever paying client for your social media marketing agency. Now I'll throw a screenshot up of my actual student that's actually in my 4-week mentorship program, that's actually gone ahead and now closed 2 clients in his first 3 weeks of actually implementing the strategy that I'm about to actually reveal to you guys. So shout out to Abdel. Abdel, you've actually killed it. You've actually broke my record. It actually took me 22 days using this method that I'm about to reveal to you guys to actually get my first paying client. That was an e-commerce business. So I started from complete scratch. Well, this method I'm actually talking about here, I started from complete scratch. No real solid results or anything like that. No portfolio, and it took me 22 days of actually applying each and every day the method, and it took me again 22 days to get my first paying client using this strategy. It was for $600 per month on a 3-month minimum, so that's 1.8k. Plus I then upsold them on a $500 funnel builder, so I actually built the funnel for them for $500, and that actually came out to 2.3k in total with that client. So it was a very, very profitable move for me. So let's jump straight into it, guys. So look, here are your options when it comes to getting clients for your social media marketing agency. Every guru talks about cold calling, every guru talks about cold emailing, cold this, cold that. Now look, don't get me wrong, and I'm gonna say this very, very clearly, because I know there's always going to be one dude in the comment section that says, yeah, you probably don't know how to do those methods, that's why you're putting them down. Look, I'm not putting any of those methods down. Cold calling still works, cold emailing still works, cold LinkedIn messages still work, cold DMing, cold Facebook messages still work. The only problem with those is that you're cold. So let me break down each one kind of individually and give you a gist as to how they go. I'm pretty sure you guys know how cold calling works. You call up a business, you ask them if they want social media marketing and whatnot, if they're going to be interested, and you try. Obviously there's better ways to do that, but essentially if you think about it, what you're trying to do there is set up a meeting with a dude. They have no recollection of who you are, they have no idea who you are, they might not even need social media marketing or anything like that. It's almost a numbers game. You're calling up a bunch of businesses and you're kind of trying to see, you're guessing, if you will, about who's going to be interested in social media marketing and if you can help them and whatnot. So it's kind of like a guessing game, and you have to put in a lot of numbers to actually make it work. I believe like the average conversion rate is like every 100 calls you do, you should be setting around 1 to 3 appointments or something like that, which is obviously quite daunting, which means you're gonna go for every yes you get, you need to go through 97 no's basically. So if you have thick skin and you are comfortable on the phone, go ahead and use cold calling, because I do believe it is really, really quick to go about getting meetings for your social media marketing agency, and that's the most important part of having a social media marketing agency. Doing your outreach and actually setting up meetings and actually giving out offers to people, actually offering your services to people. That's the most important bit of a social media marketing agency, to be honest with you guys. So cold calling, again, super quick to do. It's quite easy if you think think about it, in terms of you're calling somebody and you're going to be on a call with them for like, what, 3 minutes max or something like that. And all you're doing there is trying to set up a meeting. So it's easy in that regard. However, not a lot of gurus tell you that you actually have to have a lot of mental fortitude. You have to have mental prowess. You have to be super like thick-skinned, and you can accept no's and not take them personally. For me, that wasn't the way for me, because I'm a kind of like introverted. I'm kind of a, when it comes to like cold calls and stuff like that, I'm a very shy guy. I don't like speaking on the phone and whatnot. Well, I used to be really bad at this, but now I'm probably getting a little bit better now that I've had a bunch of actual sales calls and actual meetings for my social media marketing agency. So that's one of the methods. The problem with that though is I've noticed that with cold calling, there's like tips out there that say that, you know, you want to be friendly over the phone. I tried all that shit, and I noticed that like the friendlier I tried to sound on the phone, the more of a salesperson I sounded like. Not only that, but you're competing with all these like like sales companies, like, like energy providers that, you pay for your heating, your energy, your electric, your water bill, stuff like that. They do all these cold calls, like Vodafone and fucking AT&T, if you guys are in America. All those sorts of like cellular networks do cold calling and whatnot and try to get you to sign up for their shit. So you're put in the same category as those, which is a very weak positioning to be. And you're trying to sell somebody on a product or a service, should I say, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 per month, or whatever your service fee is. I just feel like it gives you a really weak positioning if you're cold calling a business and you're going out of your way to get cold call them and actually try settle meetings that way. So that's one of the ways. Another one of the most common ways is cold emailing. I'm actually going to be getting into cold emailing, and I do believe, again, all of these methods I do believe still work. Don't quote me on that though, because I don't actually personally do them myself, but I know from the industry they still work, and I cannot imagine they're ever gonna die, to be honest with you guys. I just can't see them dying over the long term. I feel like they're an inefficient way to do them. Cold emailing I believe is a little bit better for certain niches, and cold calling is going to be better for certain niches. And again, I just believe that like you have to look at your niche and what's notoriously worked over time in that niche, and then use that method, but give it a slight kick and a slight twist, and put your personality on that, and it will work for you if you're consistent with it. That's the key. The key is always consistency. But anyway, guys, look, there's cold emailing. Cold emailing is pretty much the same thing. You're except for it's the email format. You're going out to businesses. You're kind of guessing who needs help or not, and none of these people have actually asked you to. This is the thing with the method I'm using, which I'll just reveal it now, is Upwork. Upwork.com is a freelance website. You see, all of these other methods, guys, are cold this, cold that, cold whatever. Now, if you know how to get inbound leads, that's great. If you're running Facebook ads, or if you have a personal brand, that's great. Most of us don't have that sort of stuff at the beginning though, and that can take a while to actually build up. And not only that, Facebook ads is expensive. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to waste a lot of money trying to get clients through Facebook ads. But look, guys, if you think about it, using Upwork it's almost a perfect balance between all of these outreach methods. Let me give you an example and a reason why I say this. If you go onto Upwork, you will see that clients themselves have posted jobs saying that they want a social media marketer or a Facebook ads dude to actually come in and actually manage their Facebook ads or manage their social media for them. That already means that they have literally gone out of their way. And think about it, they've actually gone out of their way to go to Upwork, to type in upwork.com, to actually then create an account, to then post out a job posting, to then start looking for an actual person, which means they are absolutely warm. They're literally at the end of the sales funnel. If you're looking at this like a traditional sales funnel, they're literally at the end. They're like 3% in the market that are ready to buy right here, right now. They're literally at the end. Now, so a lot of you are going to say that this is a very, like there's a lot of competition on Upwork. Me personally, I've noticed, and my students have noticed as well, for the guys in my actual 4-week program, we've noticed that the only people you're really competing against is other people that have been in my actual program. And there's a lot of like third world countries on there, third world people from third world countries on there trying to grab the jobs you're trying to get. And to be honest with you, most of the people on Upwork they're not even looking for the greatest person to do like their Facebook ads or even their social media marketing. Now hear me out. They're literally just looking for somebody who speaks like proper English, that has relatively fair prices. Again, on Upwork, one of the misconceptions is that you can't close clients, like high ticket clients. Literally, I've had students on there close like 10K per month clients and stuff like that. I'm not even joking. I'll throw a screenshot up of one of my students. He's actually doing something slightly different. All right, then. So walk me through the first of all, walk me through that 10K per month client. That's crazy, man. How did you find that?
So I found it on Upwork.
Yeah.
It was for a gym. I was trying to schedule them for myself, and then I ended up getting hired by those other guys. Like, yeah, we got this. we got all this stuff that we can do. And we got him on the call. And he's like, this guy ends up owning like 8 businesses worth fucking millions. He's like, 10K, that's nothing. Here you go, blah, blah, blah. And then so that worked. And then I closed this doctor by myself, 10K a month. He has 1.4 million subscribers on YouTube. And we're doing a rev share deal. So I get a rev share all his supplement sales.
That's dope, man.
Yeah. So this is going good. I understand the industry very well. I want to keep utilizing Upwork because there's still a lot of golden nuggets on there.
Well, I'll kind of break that down in another video if you want me to. But literally, we've had a student in there that's actually had a client for like 10K per month, closed him on like 10K per month, and he got a percentage of that. But anyway, look guys, there's this myth that you can't close high ticket clients on there, which is absolutely bullshit. I literally have a client, it's on pause right now though, but we are still in agreement, just that the contract's paused into the whole COVID-19 things, blown over. But essentially, they pay me $1,260 just to manage their social media. I mean, posting on social media, like literally just posting. I can't even run ads on their behalf because they are in a niche that doesn't allow me to run ads. It's actually against Facebook's terms and conditions, like their policy. But essentially, guys, there are high ticket clients on there. So I believe that the easiest way to go about is getting your first client is actually using Upwork.com. Again, the reason being is because if you think about it, it logically just makes sense. Like, remove all the fluff, remove all the bullshit, remove everything. I went and got my first client on Upwork in 22 days. I've just had a student get 2 clients in 3 weeks of starting the actual platform. So he came in there with no portfolio, nothing, just a basic template that I gave him. Because if you're in my 4-week program, you guys know that I give you all the suggestions on how to go about getting clients if you have no portfolio, how to actually start your Upwork profile, and I give you the templates so you can just basically plug and play them and just change a couple things around. But essentially, he went and closed 2 clients in just 3 weeks of actually starting, which is amazing, of course. Now, the reason why, again, I say Upwork is the best is because, think about it, it logically makes sense, as I was saying. There's clients on there that have literally gone out of their way to post a job on Upwork, asking for people to actually, hire, basically. They want to hire, they're literally at the end of the sales funnel. So all you have to do is literally apply to their job and show them why you're better than the other people that have applied, and that's all you're doing. All you have to do on this is you don't have to sell them on the 2 hurdles of social media management. And guys, I've mentioned this before, but you don't actually have to sell them on the first hurdle when it comes to social media marketing, having a social media marketing agency. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's 2 hurdles to a social media marketing agency. When you're talking to a business owner, there's 2 things you have to convince them of. First of all, you have to convince them that 1, social media is not just a fad, and you have to convince them that social media marketing as a whole is something that's actually going to benefit their business, and it's not just like a fad, or like, Facebook ads aren't just something for, Facebook's not just something for watching Taylor Swift videos. It's actually a real business tool that can actually scale your business. So that's the first hurdle you need to sell them on, which is, social media marketing as a whole. Like, is that beneficial to businesses as a whole? Then you have to sell them on the hurdle you personally are going to be the right fit, and not the competitor down the road, or the other agency down the road, or the 10 other agencies that have hit them up. So it's a bit of a tricky job. With Upwork though, it removes 50% of the work for you. Here's what I mean. The first hurdle, which is, does this business owner know that social media marketing as a whole is something that's going to be beneficial to their business? Well, they already know that, and they've actually gone out of their way to post a job, trying to find somebody to do their social media marketing for them on Upwork. They wouldn't have done that if they didn't believe social media as a whole concept for actually in terms of actually elevating their business. So they wouldn't have posted that on Upwork if they didn't believe the first hurdle. So they're already over the first hurdle. The hurdle you need to get them over is that you are the best out of the 20 other people that have applied to jobs. And if you're in my 4-week program, you know exactly what filter I use to actually filter down the jobs so that you're only competing with a few people. So you know exactly what filters I use and the strategies I use to actually just filter down, so you're only competing with a few people, so it's really easy for you. So all you have to do basically on Upwork is just convince a business owner that you are the best fit for the job out of 20 other people or 30 other people, or however many the filters I tell you to use. So you just have to basically convince them that out of 20 people, you are the best one out of them. Now, it's really, really easy to convince a business owner that out of 20 people, you are the best fit. Not only that, but like the 19 other people you're competing against, I'm telling you, like 80% of those people, I'm not even joking, at least let's say 15 of them out of the 19 are probably going to be from 3rd world countries that barely speak English. That if they do speak English, is very, very broken. And all you have to do is convince a business owner that you're actually going to be a better fit than them. Now, no offense to anybody in a 3rd world country, but to be fair, I believe that's going to be pretty easy for you guys. And that's all you have to do on Upwork. Literally, it's all about just being able to brand yourself on there and show them that you're better than the next man. basically. That's why I believe that this is going to be the easiest way for you to go and get your actual client. And what I mean by easiest is that with cold calling, cold emailing, you actually have to be good at that. You have to split test it a lot. So what I mean by like split testing is with cold calling, you may say, you may have to do 100 calls before you even get a large enough sample size, because cold calling really is a numbers game, guys. So you might design one script and then you have to call 100 businesses in one niche. That's the constant, and you have a variable. So the constant is the script stays the same, the niche stays the same, and then you test that script, and then you change one variable at a time. So the script changes. So stay in the same niche. So let's say you're cold calling restaurants, the niche stays the same. That's the constant. The variable then is you changed a script to a second script. So you do 100 calls with one script to one niche. You see how that goes. You then look at the actual numbers. You actually track this in a Google sheet. You see what happens. So you call 100 businesses. How many meetings did you set? That percentage there shows you that maybe you need to improve something, change something, tweak something, whatever the numbers be. Then what you do is you go back to the market with a different script, so something slightly different. You change the script up basically, but you keep the niche the same. So you're still calling restaurants. You do it another 100 times, but with a different script this time. Then you see the results. How many meetings did you set from that? Because that's the end goal. That's the KPI we're optimizing for. Meetings set. How many cold calls did it take you to set a meeting? That's the KPI you're actually looking for. Whatever the conversion rate is, you can then track in your Google sheet and see exactly what's working and what's not, and you continue to do that. However, not a lot of people have that time to be messing around doing the cold calls. Not only that, but it's mentally daunting, like when you have to pick up a phone. I know that a lot of people are scared of the phones. Also, you get a lot of no's like straight to your face. So if you can take no's straight to your face, then that's cool. But if you don't have like thick skin, you're gonna have to either develop thick skin, which if you're trying to change your life, just fucking develop some thick skin. It's gonna be worth it in the end when you're making 10k, 20k, 30k profit per month. But anyway, guys, look, I just believe Upwork, it just eliminates all of that for you. There's no need to guess who might be a good fit for your services, or who even needs Facebook ads or social media, because they're literally on the platform saying we need social media. We need to hire somebody for social media. There's no guessing games in that. They're already over the first hurdle. All you have to do is convince them that you're going to be the best fit, basically, out of 19 other people. Again, using the filters that I teach my students in the actual 4-week mentorship program. But guys, with that being said, I hope you guys are all doing well. If you're interested in hearing about the 4-week mentorship program, make sure you click below and we can have a direct one-on-one call with me. I'm not passing you on to some sales rep or anything like that. And it's not a sales call, by the way. It's actually a way for me. It's a win-win situation. A way for me to see if you're going to be a good fit. Yes, that is obviously going to be happening on the call, but also it's a way for me to diagnose your situation, see exactly what's stopping you from getting clients, where you're at right now, and I'll be giving you a roadmap for you to follow and breaking down exactly what you need to do in order to scale your business, and giving you a really solid. I don't think nobody would have ever done this for you before, so it's really valuable, very highly valuable call. I get a lot of them. So if you're going to apply for that, make sure you fill out your application form correctly. Make sure you fill it out as much as you can, because I actually judge people on the amount of effort. I don't really care how much money you're making on the application form. I don't care if you're making $0 per month, or if you're in like a negative deficit, or if you're making 10k per month or whatnot. I don't care. I judge it on how much effort you actually put into the actual application form, because that shows me how serious you're going to be, and I can pick up on things just like that now at the point of where I'm at in my actual life and my actual social media marketing agency and my personal brand and whatnot. But guys, look, if you're interested in that, click below. Let's have a call, direct one-on-one with me, and we'll see if you're going to be a good fit, and we'll give you that roadmap and whatnot, and see if we can diagnose your situation. But anyway, guys, with that being said, I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.